Sigh. Ladies and gentlemen, the song you are hearing right now is the exact same song that we played on this show 24 hours ago to start. The Ecstasy of Gold, the theme song to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because that game last night had good, it had bad, and it had ugly. Well, tonight, Orlando came to town, and against the Magic, the Blazers had a little deja vu, just like you're having right now. Where have I heard this intro before? As the Blazers had good, they had bad, and they had ugly as they fall to the Magic 110-106 in a game, my friends, that played out eerily reminiscent to the one that happened just 24 hours ago. Welcome into the fifth quarter. Chris Burkhardt here with you. If you'd like to join the conversation with us, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, you can go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, join the chat there. And last but not least, you can hit us up on the text line at 88528. Send us your thoughts and your concerns about this game. Again, it was deja vu, you almost say jokingly, but that's what it felt like. It was the exact same game, the exact same style, and nearly the exact same result. As the Blazers get down big against Detroit, they got down by 21. In this game, their largest deficit was 17, and they try to battle back, and they do, and in the fourth quarter, they take the lead. Again, I'm not describing last night's game. I'm describing this game. And they take the lead, and then they battle back and forth a little bit, and then late game miscues and missed free throws, and the game ends in Orlando's favor. And again, that's just like the game last night, as Hassel DeHoff, awesome username, says in the YouTube chat, the broken record team. That's exactly what it felt like tonight. And it's I mean, there are things that I will give the team credit for, and those are things that Tiago Splitter talked about in the post-game press conference. He loves that the fact that the team fought so hard, that they did not give up, that they were willing to do what needed to be done to come back from that deficit. But again, it's just annoying, for lack of better terms, shout out to producer Brendan, that this just happens again and again and again. I mean, how many times can you get down big, claw back, take the lead, squander that lead, and have miscues like missed free throws, turnovers, and poor late-game execution prevent you from holding on to that victory? Now, in the last possession, you have a chance. Denny Avdia takes a three with 11 seconds left on the clock. A rushed three-pointer. There was the possibility he could have been fouled. Maybe that was in his head. But again, poor late-game execution. Shaedon Sharpe had a couple situations in the game where he got a big rebound but didn't secure the rebound. Instantly got it knocked out of his hands, and Desmond Bane recovered. So some again, execution type things that need to be fixed. But overall, it's just, like I said, deja vu all over again if you're a Trailblazers fan. And Tiago Splitter did say post-game that he truly believes that, this team will learn from this. They will get better. They will progress forward. And eventually their hard work is going to pay off. And I think that will happen. I mean, we've seen this team win ball games, and they will continue to win ball games. Just unfortunate that it went down like it did tonight. Just once again, like I said, you can't write this scenario where it just plays out the exact same over and over and over, because it's just weird. It is weird that in this situation, less than 24 hours ago in the same building, it was almost the exact same scenario. Down by 20 or so, claw back to take the lead in the fourth quarter because due to a big run, and then late game execution hurts you in the end. Those are the things that definitely have to be fixed. I don't know how they fix them, what they do. Terrible, terrible, terrible that it happens like that. Also, we get a shout-out in the text chat. I like that Shinsuke Nakamura intro. A little bit of Shinsuke, right, with that violin. But no, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Also, the intro that you hear at Metallica concerts. When you hear that song, you know that Metallica is about to come on stage, and that is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. All right, if you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And if you don't want to join the conversation, I'm still going to give you a reason to dial that phone number. That is to win a pair of tickets. If you want to win a pair of tickets to see the Celtics take on the Trailblazers on Sunday, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, nice early game, now is the time. Caller number 5, and Brendan will pick you up and get your information. 503-248-0620. Caller number 5, you will win a pair of tickets to see the Celtics take on the Trailblazers on Sunday. Once again, caller number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Fifth caller, 503-248-0620 for your chance at a pair of tickets to see the Celtics take on the Trailblazers on Sunday. Now, while Brendan is dealing with the phone lines there, we're going to take a look at this box score. As we said, once again, it was 110-106 in favor of the Orlando Magic. Desmond Bane had 23 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He led all scorers for the Magic. 12 points for Paulo Banchero, 14 points for Wendell Carter Jr. Anthony Black had 22 points, 6 assists, 16 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds from Tyus Jones. Off of the bench, Jonathan Isaac led the way with 9 points. On the Trailblazers side of things, Chris Murray had 13 points, 6 rebounds, starting for the injured Jeremy Grant. 10 points for Toumani Camara to go along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. 8 points, 11 boards, and 2 block shots from Donovan Clingan. Shaedon Sharpe had 22 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and then 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists for Denny Avdia. Off of the Trailblazers bench, Caleb Love led the way, 17 points. He was 7 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc, and Tiago Splitter, very complimentary of his defense in this one, so shout out to Caleb Love for having a big game. And then it's always nice when you see this one pop up in the box score. Not one you see all the time. It is sporadic as of late, but it is nice to see 8 minutes played by Young Hansen. That's right, Young Hansen got in there today. 4 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and a block shot and a steal. So solid 8-minute run. Solid 8-minute run for the Blazers rookie. That's one of our chatters on YouTube says, well, it feels how after we got all tied up, we stopped running plays. It felt like all we could do is ISO. And at some point, that's true. And at some point, it's just, the design sometimes is Denny, ISO, run to the basket, do what you need to do. And sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It does work. But at the same time, you're right. When you get in that ISO situation, it doesn't matter what it is. Unless you have the guy who is just absolutely out of this world as an isolation player. We've seen it when Dame was here in his prime run, and guys like Steph Curry, guys like Devin Booker, guys like prime LeBron, those type guys who are just ISO kings. Then yeah, you can go ISO now and then, but if you don't have that guy, going ISO is just not a good recipe for success. And at times today too, they had a lineup that was Chris Murray, Caleb Love, Dwap Reith, Ryan Rupert, Toumani Camara. That is not a offensive lineup, to say the least. Not at all. And also, that same commenter chimes in, says, honestly, Hansen looked great today. I thought he looked good for 8 minutes of action. He did. He looked solid. Still, the game is a little fast for him, and that's something that Tiago Splitter said after the game. And yeah, I think that's to be understood, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You can see where he has to learn a little bit. He likes to sag in the key a little bit too much, leave the outside open, so he's got to learn to get on one of those defenders and keep space there. But offensively, I thought he looked all right. And there's one thing that he actually does well, I really like, I would love to see him continue to develop it, is the way he clogs space on offense. Like, it's not a traditional pick, it's just the way he clogs space. He opens up lanes for ball handlers, and we've seen it play out multiple times with him this season, where the guy with the ball gets around their defender because Hansen clogged up the space and they ran into that clog, and it was enough for the ball handler to get around. So I like Hansen, and remember, he's super young and he's a big man, which takes time in this league to develop, so he'll be fine. But for the 8 minutes he played tonight, he looked great. And you compare that to Dwap Reith, who played 5.5, and he didn't do much. He didn't have a point, didn't have a rebound. He did have 1 assist. Almost had a nice block shot, but got called for a foul for it. But overall, I thought it was a good game from Young Hansen, and I would hope you start to continue to develop. And in these games where Robert Williams doesn't play the second of the back-to-back, maybe you see more Young Hansen minutes than you do Dwap Reith minutes in the end. I would like that. I would like that. Don chimes in, the Magic sure lost big last night to the Golden State Warriors. That's right, they did. They got walloped in San Francisco, which is a little frustrating because they got beat in San Francisco, had to get on the plane, had to get here. Just like Portland, they were on the second night of a back-to-back, but for, 3 quarters, Portland looked like the only team that was on the second night of a back-to-back. They weren't the team that had to travel. They weren't the team that had to sleep in a hotel. They did play last night, but they got to go in their own beds. They got to drive their cars to the arena. They got to work on their normal schedules. And they didn't look like it. Orlando came ready to play. Not only did Orlando come ready to play, you gotta keep in mind that when Orlando comes over here, the tip-off time in their heads is 10 o'clock. That's what they're used to. It's 10 o'clock in Orlando when they tip off here. That's a lot to think about. Like you can be tired. So you couple the travel, the back-to-backs, all that nonsense. Yeah, they didn't look like they were the team on the back-to-back. So not very good. The Blazers need to figure that part out. Donovan Clingan said it on a road trip or two ago about they need to not wait till halftime to wake up. Yeah, absolutely. Say it again. Deja vu it, right? Where have I heard this before? Wake up at tip. Full 48. Every possession like it's gold, as Tiago Splitter said. Now, I know that sometimes tired legs does catch up. Like Tiago said, he would have liked to not have to play guys more than 32 minutes because Denny, played 40 or so last night, but he had to play 36 tonight. They just don't have a lot of bodies to go in there and play. So hopefully they can get some reinforcements, man. This team needs Scoot. They need Drew. They need JG healthy. They need Thibault. They need those guys in the worst way. But I, like you, my friends, very tired of waiting for the health updates because they aren't coming. I don't want to get another so-and-so will be evaluated in 2 weeks. I want to see so-and-so will return to action. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Back to my good, the bad, and the ugly reference. We get a texter that says, the good, Clingan, the bad, ref calls, ugly, mistakes. I might agree with that. The refereeing in the last few games has been suspect. And I am not talking, oh my gosh, the Blazers don't get any calls. It only goes against Portland suspect. I just mean suspect. Been a little bad. Need to fix that. We also get watching the Blazers lose back-to-back games like that now has me realizing how Sideshow Bob feels when he steps on the rake and smacks himself in the face. Yes. Thank you for that. I needed that. Anytime you can get a good Simpsons reference in here, because that is my favorite show of all time, I will applaud you. Well done. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the fifth quarter. When we come back, we got to do a drive of the night, shot of the night. Still got Coach's Corner to get to, as well as a game ball. Once again, if you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. You can hit us up on the text line 88528 or go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the chat there. This is the fifth quarter on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. Well, or W3LLE. Talking to you too, by the way, Brendan. We're good. Yeah, I just think in that situation with Denny, and Coach talked about it, and we'll play the audio here in a little bit. It was just, I think he was playing knowing that there was a possibility that Orlando would just go for the foul. In that situation. Take the foul, send him to the line. He takes 2. There's no chance of hitting the 3. So I think Denny maybe anticipated that, and in doing so took that shot a little too early, kind of hoping maybe that foul was coming, and it wasn't. Again, it's something Tiago did talk about after the game. Said that shot was definitely a little rushed, and that may have been why. But that's what led into that. It's a good question. I know a lot of people commented on that and pointed that out. Just a weird possession. Now, it wasn't like the normal turnovers we've been seeing on the inbound pass, but it was still basically a turnover, a wasted possession in that sense. And it's just, again, that's where we talk about the deja vu and how things happen. It's just why did these games just keep playing out the exact same way over and over again? So hopefully that answers your question. We'll hear from Coach here in a little bit, but we're on a commercial break on radio, so I'm going to take one here on YouTube for just a sec. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
The fifth quarter on your home of the Portland Trailblazers, 620 Rip City Radio. Live from the Coors Light Studios, Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment, choose chill. It's time for the fifth quarter drive of the night on your home of the Portland Trailblazers, 620 Rip City Radio.
Kamara brings it up and finds Denny. Denny lobs to Kling in the one-hand smash.
Welcome back into the fifth quarter. Chris Burkhardt here with you, breaking down this 110-106 loss to the Magic tonight here inside Moda. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. Of course, you can hit us up on the text line at 88528 or go to youtube.com and type in Rip City Radio. Before we continue, big shout out to Peter Weinstock, our winner of those Celtics tickets for Sunday. So congratulations there. I hear that he was on the radio in his car and his daughter was in the back seat and was super excited that they won, which is absolutely awesome. So enjoy that game on Sunday, courtesy of Rip City Radio. All right, once again, Blazers fought hard. 110-106 final score, though. And at some point, you joke a little bit, but deja vu all over again, as the great Yogi Berra would say. And the struggle is just where is the light at the end of the tunnel for this team? It's absolutely clear what they need. And let's not even talk about getting bodies back yet. We understand that they need health, and they need health in the worst way. They need Drew and all those guys. But you look at how the roster's constructed, and it's just they need guys who can shoot the ball at a consistent level. And now they have guys who can play defense. That's great. But they need guys who can shoot the basketball and have some sense of gravity with that. When Denny drives to the hole, he needs to be able to hit guys in the corner who are knock-down corner three-point shooters. We talked about it in the pregame show. Remember, like, the very short time James Jones was here in Portland? Like, that's what he did in the corner. He just sat there and hucked up those threes when you passed it to him in the corner, and he hit them with consistency. That was guys like Kyle Korver late in his career. I mean, heck, Klay Thompson there in that run with Golden State. When he was and one of the best shooters on the planet, not named Steph Curry, and he was still damn good. He was just a guy who would catch that ball, shoot it at an absolutely insane clip. Now, we're talking about an all-star and a guy who was one of the best two-way guards during his prime run, but there's also those guys who are the bench guys who can do that too. Mike Miller was a guy I mentioned late in his career when he wasn't as quick and as athletic as he used to be. Just a knockdown three-point shooter. Give me the ball, I'm going to shoot it. That's the type of player that Portland needs, and they need it in the worst way. Obviously, they have Dame on the bench for next year when that's going to help shooting. Absolutely, it's going to help shooting, but that doesn't help everything moving forward. Just him, like, that doesn't change everything. You still need some other shooters around him and the rest of this roster, especially when you guys got guys like Denny who can drive to the rim, do so with consistency, and draw some defenses in when he does so. So you got to kick out and you got to have guys who can shoot. And respectfully, they've been playing their tails off, and they hit a couple shots tonight, but Sidi Sissoko and Ryan Rupert and Chris Murray are not that knockdown three-point shooter. Right now, neither is Toumani Camara. You need to get him there. You need him to be more consistent in that aspect. And I watched him during warm-ups today. And during warm-ups, man, just nothing but net. Shot after shot after shot after shot. So we got to translate that into the games themselves. But that's exactly what this team needs. And then you couple the health factor. Of course that's going to happen. Of course they're going to come in. You're going to get better when you get a fully healthy Jeremy Grant. You get Scoot Henderson. You get Drew Holiday. And you get Matisse Thybulle. You get Robert Williams, because it's not the second night of a back-to-back. You're going to be better when those guys are ready to go. The only part that sucks about that is how long do we keep saying when they're ready to go? When does that turn the page? Another Metallica reference. When do we turn the page on that and go from when they're ready to go to they're ready to go? And like Matisse Thybulle, he was shooting the three ball consistently. Now, he's not a knockdown guy for his entire career, but he was doing it well prior to getting hurt. But when he's on the floor, I mean, I love Toumani Camara as much as the next guy. But when Matisse Thybulle is on the floor, what he does defensively is insane. It's incredible. what he does. He changes games instantly by being on the court. When you were able to have him come off the bench and spell Tumani and you never took a hit defensively, that was impressive. That's why the team was so much more of a hard out early on in the season. Same with Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is still a good defensive guard, and he was one of the more consistent offensive players outside of Denny Advia. He was going out there, he was getting you 6-7 assists a night, and he was getting you 17-20 points, and things were looking good. Then he gets hurt, obviously. Tease gets hurt. You missed games with Shea, and it's like the injury bug strikes again. And I get it. Fans are frustrated because there hasn't been a lot of updates, but at the same time, there hasn't been updates to give. It's not as if the team's going to come out every single week and be like, all right, here's your update. Last week we said he was 3 weeks away from being reevaluated. Well, so this week he's 2 weeks away from being reevaluated now. Like, that's just not going to happen. But I understand where you get frustrated because, I mean, Drew Holiday, the initial consensus was that he was going to be out for a week or two, and now it's been almost a month, and it was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks before returning to basketball activity for Scoot, and he did return to basketball activity, but now the ramp up to getting into game action has been very, very slow. I understand they're taking their time for obvious reasons because that hamstring is nothing to be messed with, but I also understand where fans can get frustrated because I can get in there too. I'm getting tired of saying when they come back, when they come back, when they come back. I just want to see them come back. That's what I want to see. I need to see them here, and I need to see them playing. That's what I want. All I want for Christmas is a healthy roster, Santa. That's all I want. And I can think of about 17,000 other people who are in the building tonight who wouldn't mind getting the same thing. A healthy roster. All right, this is the fifth quarter on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. Of course, you can hit us up on the text line at 88528 or go to youtube.com. Just type in Rip City Radio and join the chat there. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to head to the coach's corner, hear what head coach Tiago Splitter had to say, hand out a game ball, and then get out of here because a lot of us, myself included, have busy days tomorrow and the next day as Christmas Eve and Christmas roll around. And I hope everyone's just in town, no matter what holidays you celebrate, just having a real good time, relaxing with the family because that's what it's all about. I know I made a joke about what we want under the tree from Santa, but, man, it ain't about presents under the tree. It's about just some nice relaxation with family. I really hope everyone is enjoying some of this time off if you're getting it and just relaxing and enjoying time with the family because, like I said, that is what it's all about. But before we take our break, we're going to hit you with our shot of the night.
Live from the Coors Light Studios, Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment. Choose chill. Time for the fifth quarter shot of the night on your home of the Portland Trailblazers, 620 Rip City Radio.
And it's picked up by Kamara. Comes back the other direction, up to the wing in front of Kane. Attacks, looks for Rupert, out to Love for a quick three. Buries it. 10 points for Caleb Love.
and then just falter at the end. Unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. All right. I said when we came back it'd be time to head to the Coach's Corner. Let's head there now. It's time for the Coach's Corner.
For the latest on tonight's game, we head to the Coach's Corner with Tiago Splitter, live from the Coors Light Studios. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment. Choose chill.
All right, let's head to the press conference room here from Tiago.
First thing I said, keep your heads up. You guys fight. You guys were there. You guys compete. I'm proud of them. And I told her that this work, this effort is going to pay off sooner or later. So, the most important thing, since I'm coaching these guys and I ask, and you got to compete, you got to, be in those moments and try to win basketball games. Doesn't matter who is playing, two ways, doesn't matter what's the name on the back of your jersey, We're competing, we're playing together, and that was the message, and then, of course, a couple of days off, holidays, etc., but, keep their heads up, and I'm proud of how they're fighting. That's all I can ask.
Do you sense their psyche? Is it okay? Do you sense it wavering a little bit, or?
No, not at all. These guys are tough.
How frustrating is it to lose games on back-to-back nights, basically in the exact same way? Having to come back from a huge deficit and then take the lead, and then have some late-game execution stuff go wrong.
Yeah, it's when you roll, the game, and you waste a lot of energy, and to get there to that moment, it's hard. They also gonna make shots. We talk about third quarter they scored 26 points, fourth quarter they scored 21. So the defense was there. Of course we missed a couple of things, turn over the ball, but it's part of basketball. Like I said, I'm proud of how they approached that second half of the game.
Were you anticipating a foul when you came out with 11 seconds left, down 3? Did you think?
So sometimes you can. I told Danny to be prepared to shoot a ball, but also it could be a foul. Maybe he rushed a little bit, but it was an open shot.
But you talked about they might foul at 3 in that huddle.
If they would foul? Yeah, I told them. They could foul. Just be ready, catch it and shoot the ball. Or if you have a clean shot, but I don't think that's what changed the shot.
In these past 2 games where you guys have had to come back, how much do you think tired legs had an impact down the stretch?
Yeah, could, for sure. I'd rather have them playing 32 minutes at most, but, Tumani 39, then he played almost 40 yesterday, played 36 today. Guys were in minutes restriction. I was doing math during the game and see how many seconds they have left. That was the game.
Also, it seemed like that game had an extra physicality to it.
Yeah.
How do you think the team responded to that challenge?
Yeah, we knew that, and the Magic's a team that runs the fast break and are physical. Banquero, Carter Jr., so it was extra physical, but they also were in a back-to-back, so I don't think that's an excuse. We gotta respect the opponent. They did a better job than us, and we fought, but that was not enough.
What do you think of what Hansen gave you? A little bit more extended minutes.
Yeah, I got good minutes. Made a couple mistakes on defense. The game was a little bit too fast for him at the end there. So DC was better protecting the rim and rebounding. So that's basically it.
With the physicality, it seemed like it was a little chippy too. Guys were kind of getting into it. Does that make you proud as a coach to see some of the younger guys, even like Caleb Love, getting into?
I think Caleb Love had a great game, defensively especially. He was chasing Bain all over the court, blocking deflections, rebounds, very active. And then, I don't know, he ended up shooting, but a good game on offense as well.
Well, there you go. He liked Caleb Love's game. Execution late was suspect, and sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. And as Sam's dad says in the YouTube chat, shout out, he said another loud one inside Moda, but these back-to-back losses, the thing that should not be. Yes, that is if the Blazer game were a Metallica song, that would be it. The thing that should not be, because they shouldn't have lost at least one of these games. You would have liked them to pick up one, but the comeback, the energy, the everything, and it just falls short. Like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can't wait until the Blazers let me play the theme song from the movie, The Good Fellas. The good something, the good dinosaur, right? Movies with the word good in it. Because not just the bad and the ugly, just good. I don't want the bad and the ugly. I want just good. Just good. And a W. Still got a couple chances here on this homestand. But it wasn't as if everyone played terribly. Someone had to have a good night. It's time to hand out a game ball.
Who is the MVP tonight for the Trailblazers? It's time for Game Balls on Fifth Quarter, live from the Coors Light Studios. Coors Light, choose chill.
Yeah, I think for me, the game ball tonight does have to go to Caleb Love. I know that Denny had 25 and Shaden had 22, but Caleb Love led the bench with 17. Defensively, Tiago Splitter was very complimentary of him, and I thought that was a good game. Just a good game from him. They needed that. And we've seen the nights where he's off shooting. Tonight he had a good night shooting, 7 of 13 overall, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc, had some big shots as well. So that was a good game. That was a good game for him, and I'm proud that he went out there and had a good game. I like that. Now they just need more of that, and they need some more shooters. Also, a couple other movies of note. Let's see. A Few Good Men, Good Will Hunting, Good Time, Good Luck Chuck, A Good Year. Just more movies with the word good in them. So it's not just the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want just good. Just good. No other describers. Just good. Good. The good team. The good Trailblazers team. It's not a movie, but we can make it. We can make it. I don't know, man. It's just as we joke and we run back our Deja Vu. That's why we played the good, the bad, and the ugly, because that's exactly how the game played out last night. I just hope that when they come back on Friday, it's not a game where they get down big, they claw back, and then they fall apart late. I just don't want 3 games in a row of the exact same thing. I just want the good. Give me the good. It'll be pretty awesome. All right, that's going to do it for the fifth quarter tonight. Blazers, once again, battle hard. Claw back, but fall short. 110-106, the final score here at Moda. They'll be back at it following Christmas Day. They'll be back at it on Friday against the Clippers. Tip off at 7 o'clock, which means I will have game day for you starting at 5. And, of course, they play on Sunday as well. A nice little afternoon matchup with the Boston Celtics. 3 p.m. tip that day. But I'll start Friday, Clippers, 5 o'clock game day. Be there. Once again, Blazers fall 110-106 toward the Orlando Magic. Shout out to Brendan for working hard back there. Merry Christmas, bud. Have a good few days off. Merry Christmas to Chad and Shacker and everyone at iHeart. And Merry Christmas to everyone out there listening. It's been a fun year. Got about a week left. Let's end it with a couple W's, shall we? Again, that's what I want for Christmas. Some more Blazers wins, please, Santa. Help us out. Rip City, I'll talk to you on Friday.